34, Dana Plato died after being embarrassed on The Howard Stern Show. Dana Plato went from being a child star to an actor who was hooked on drugs. She went on The Howard Stern Show to make up for the troubled life she led. The show upended Dana's life, and the following day she took an overdose to end her life. Keep watching for more about Dana's life, which has had the best of the best and the worst of the worst. Abandoned. Dana Plato, originally named Dana Michelle Strain, faced adversity from her earliest days. Born on November 7, 1964 in Maywood, California, to Linda Strain, a struggling teenage mother, life was tough from the start. Recognizing the challenges of raising two children alone, Linda made the difficult decision to give Dana up for adoption when she was just 7 months old. Fortunately, Dana found a loving home with Dean and Florine K. Plato, who renamed her and sought to give her a better life. However, this newfound opportunity came with its own challenges, as Florine was determined to make Dana a star, even from a young age, taking her to numerous auditions as she navigated the path to show business. Horror show. Dana's dedication paid off when she was featured in over 100 TV commercials, but her mother, Florine, had bigger dreams for her. At just 11 years old, Dana made her television debut on The $6 Million Man. By the age of 13, she fulfilled her mother's aspirations by appearing in The Exorcist II: The Heretic and Return to Boggy Creek, although some believe the Exorcist movies carried a curse. Her career took an unexpected turn with California Suite in 1978, a Neil Simon comedy that garnered acclaim and Oscar nominations. Yet it was on television that Dana truly soared. Her journey to stardom included an audition for The Gong Show, where she caught producer Al Burton's attention as a cheerleader. Although they didn't make the cut, Dana's path to fame took an exciting twist when she auditioned for a lead role in a well-known sitcom showcasing her diverse talents. She had another passion. Dana faced a pivotal choice at the tender age of 13, pursue a role on the hit show Different Strokes, or aim for a spot on the U.S. Olympic figure skating team. In the end, the allure of Hollywood's glitz and glamour won her over, but this decision would ultimately lead to her downfall. While her on-screen character, sweet and innocent Kimberly, captured the hearts of viewers across America, Dana Plato's real-life persona was far from it. The show, which addressed serious issues like racism and drug use, propelled Dana and her co-stars, Gary Coleman and Todd Bridges, into the national spotlight. However, fame's pressures took a toll, leading them down a perilous path of substance abuse and legal troubles. Dana's struggles with alcohol, cannabis, and cocaine were well documented during her time on the show, often leaving her struggling to remember her lines. At just 14 years old, she faced a harrowing overdose on diazepam, raising questions about her family's role in her turbulent journey. Dana grew up in a bubble. Florine's overprotective nature only exacerbated Dana's struggles, as she admitted to being raised in a bubble, lacking essential life skills and a sense of reality. Florine's unfounded fears of Dana being kidnapped by a stranger obscured the real threat lurking closer to home. Following her adoptive parents' divorce, Dana's father, Dean, had been distant from her life. However, when Dana's fame and earnings surpassed his trucking company's income, he suddenly sought a share of the wealth and took the bizarre step of suing his own adopted daughter. Fortunately, the court swiftly rejected Dean's attempt to obtain her money. Dana's life took another unexpected turn when, at the age of 19, she married rock and roll guitarist Lanny Lambert in 1984, much to the chagrin of Different Strokes producers who worried about her appeal to teenage fans. Her pregnancy further complicated matters, leading to her departure from the show due to her off-screen wild child behavior involving drinking and drug use, which became fodder for newspapers. She didn't want to be alone. After revealing her pregnancy, Dana's on-screen father, actor Conrad Bain, played a pivotal role in offering her support and guidance, resembling the closest thing she had to a real father figure. Conrad, speaking to People magazine, shared Dana's enthusiasm about her impending motherhood, where she expressed, "When I get the baby, I will never be alone again." Dana, known for her role in Different Strokes from 1978 to 1984, temporarily left the show to welcome her son Tyler Edward Lambert into the world in July 1984. She made a return in 1985 as the show moved from NBC to ABC, culminating in the season 8 finale, which tackled important issues like bulimia. However, her path took an unexpected turn when she posed for Playboy in the June 1989 edition, hoping to reignite her career. Unfortunately, fame and fortune did not return as anticipated. Realizing her career was stagnating, she ventured into a low-budget thriller alongside Frank Stallone, leading to a downward spiral in her career. Dana's attempts to revive her career through the chat show circuit proved to be a disastrous choice, marking a challenging chapter in her professional journey. Double tragedy. Fast forward to 1988, and Dana Plato's life took a harrowing turn. In quick succession, she endured a separation from her husband Lanny in January, and the tragic loss of her adopted mother Florine, who succumbed to the rare skin disease scleroderma at the young age of 49 that same week. Dana faced a cascade of misfortunes, including losing her job and her mother. Struggling with addiction, she entrusted her accountant with power of attorney, only to be betrayed when the accountant disappeared with the majority of her savings, leaving Dana with less than $150,000. This unscrupulous accountant was later revealed to have stolen $11 million from others as well. Yet, even in the face of such adversity, Dana's lowest point was yet to come. Her battle with drugs and financial woes ultimately led to her losing custody of her son Tyler during her divorce in March 1990. Determined to reshape her life, she embarked on a path to become a serious adult actor, even opting for breast implants to shed her child star image. Liar, liar, pants on fire. In 1990, Dana Plato made a memorable appearance on Sally Jessy Raphael's talk show, sharing the stage with actor and singer Paul Peterson, who was advocating for child star protection. However, behind the scenes, a startling encounter occurred as Peterson noticed Dana emerging from the ladies' room with a conspicuous amount of cocaine on her face, prompting him to advise her to wipe it off. Moments later on live television, Dana Plato confidently proclaimed her sobriety to Sally Jessy Raphael and the world. Sadly, just a year later, at the age of 26, Dana's life spiraled into a disheartening abyss marked by failed relationships, personal losses, and financial woes. On February 28, 1991, in a shocking turn of events, intoxicated and likely under the influence, Dana Plato entered a Las Vegas video store wielding a pellet gun. She pointed it at the cashier, demanded all the cash in the register, and fled with $164. Transforming the once demure Kimberly Drummond, who had adorned many teenage boys' walls, into a brief but wanted criminal. I know that face. Once Dana exited the store, the cashier promptly dialed 911 and uttered a line that would soon make headlines worldwide, saying, "I've just been robbed by the girl who played Kimberly on Different Strokes." It was an ironic twist for Dana, who had long been trying to distance herself from the shadow of Kimberly Drummond. However, just 15 minutes after the robbery, a moment of clarity seemed to strike Dana. Whether it was sobriety, a return to her senses, or a sudden realization of her celebrity status, she decided she was too recognizable to get away with armed robbery. So, astonishingly, she returned to the video store, intent on giving back the $164. The police were already on the scene when she arrived, but at least she demonstrated a semblance of responsibility for her actions. Or so it seemed. According to Heather Daly, the video store clerk, Dana hadn't come to turn herself in. She had returned to retrieve her dropped glasses. Daly claimed to have caught Dana as she was returning to her belongings, and as Dana found herself alone in a prison cell, it was clear that she had hit rock bottom. However, an unexpected guardian angel in the form of entertainer Wayne Newton, known as Mr. Las Vegas, came to her rescue. Despite having never met Dana, Newton posted her $13,000 bail, offering a glimmer of hope in her darkest hour. She stood trial. The incident involving Dana Plato, the once beloved girl next door, made sensational headlines, leaving fans fearing the worst. However, during her trial, a compassionate judge sentenced her to just 5 years of probation, recognizing her cry for help rather than viewing her as a societal threat. This decision had far-reaching consequences, sparking a national debate about the treatment of child stars who had fallen on hard times, and whether the entertainment industry had exploited them. The troubles of other child actors like Gary Coleman and Todd Bridges further fueled this discussion. Gary faced financial betrayal, attempted suicide, and even assaulted someone in a shocking altercation. Drug addiction, arrests, and even a trial for attempted murder marred Todd's life. These tragic tales shed light on the darker side of the entertainment world and the challenges faced by young talents. Opportunity knocks. Dana embraced her new role as a celebrity interviewer, but there was a challenging twist. The producers expected her to ask humiliating questions of fellow celebrities. Despite her best efforts, Dana couldn't bring herself to degrade her peers, leading the radio producers to label her too nice and let her go. In 1992, Dana ventured into the world of video games, starring in Night Trap, where players assume the role of a special agent overseeing a sleepover with teenage girls, including Dana Plato, in a house filled with danger. Congress deemed the game morally objectionable, resulting in its swift shutdown. In January of the same year, Dana faced legal trouble again, this year for forging a diazepam prescription, which led to a 30-day prison sentence and 5 years of additional probation for violating her original probation terms. Reflecting on her time behind bars, Dana acknowledged that getting caught might have saved her life, preventing a potential drug overdose. Wheels on fire. Amidst her trials and tribulations, Dana found solace in her 28-year-old manager, Robert Menchaca. They defied the age-old cautionary tale of mixing business with pleasure, eventually getting engaged and setting up residence together in Florida. However, don't picture them sipping cocktails on a glamorous beach at sunset. Instead, they called a beat-up old Winnebago motorhome their home. Dana capitalized on her tumultuous life story by appearing in the 1998 film Desperation Boulevard, portraying an ex-child star struggling to reignite her career in Hollywood. It seemed like Dana was confronting her inner demons in search of redemption, but sadly, those very demons were beginning to catch up with her. In her final interview, Dana's former roommate, Jennifer Webge, alleged that she was still battling drug addiction. In an attempt to set the record straight and revive her career, Dana candidly shared her woes on Howard Stern's radio show in New York. She declared 10 years of sobriety, but faced further turmoil when Jennifer accused her of theft and revealed a complicated romantic relationship during their time as roommates. The interview took an even darker turn when Howard Stern opened the phone lines, leaving Dana reeling from the public scrutiny. Punching bag. Modern-day Loki, DJ Howard Stern, thrives on controversy and chaos. And when the phone lines opened, it became a platform for people to hurl insults and even question actress Dana's sobriety. These hurtful comments provoked Dana to take a defiant stance, desperately wanting the public to believe she was sober. She agreed to submit a hair sample and take a drug test at the audience's urging. But as soon as the radio show ended, she quickly forgot about her promise. The aftermath of the interview revealed that despite being drug-free, Dana had been misusing prescribed painkillers for 4 months after having a wisdom tooth removed, a confession that turned the radio show into a PR disaster. Filled with shame, Dana retreated the next day, taking pain medication during a visit with her fiancé to Menchaca's mother's before retreating to her motorhome for an afternoon nap. The end of an era. Later that evening, Robert discovered a chilling tragedy when he awoke next to his fiancée, Dana, in their motorhome. Dana Plato, age 34, lay lifeless and cold. Despite efforts by Menchaca's mother, a nurse, and his brother to revive her, Dana succumbed to an overdose during her sleep. Initially deemed accidental, an autopsy later revealed that she had purposely taken an excessive amount of painkillers, leading to her death being classified as a suicide. Dana's remains were cremated, and her ashes were scattered over the Pacific Ocean, leaving behind a former child star whose net worth had dwindled to just $1,000 on her passing. Tragically, Tyler Lambert, Dana's estranged son, inherited her addiction issues after losing his mother to the same demons when he was 14 years old. Despite dreams of a music career, Tyler's battle with substance abuse mirrored his mother's, a trait they shared that her friend and former child star turned drug counselor Johnny Whitaker recognized as a family affliction. Legacy. After Different Strokes, When the Laughter Stopped, a documentary about Dana's life, work, and tragic end, aired on Fox in the year 2000. Todd Bridges showed up in a small way. Then, in 2006, NBC showed Behind the Camera, the unauthorized story of Different Strokes, which was based on the lives of all three of the show's kid stars. On what would have been Dana's 55th birthday, Todd Bridges paid her a Twitter tribute. "You were the one person I could always talk to. You were a good friend of mine. I'll never forget you and will always love you. Happy birthday, Dana Plato. Rest in peace, my friend. You are free."